Will one of Jamaica's most beloved younger female sprinters, Kevona Davis, be back on track for the 2025 season? Or is the dream over? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops, to drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. Are you ready? Yep. Good to go. Well, first up, let me just apologize for the lack of uploads most of this week. People want piece of flu box I tell you, whatever they do, just be careful out there, because that one is terrible, my bosses. Anyway, let's get back to this track and field video. Our last upload was about this young man, Oblique Seville, and our thoughts on his saying that he's going to be top 5 in the world. Of course, you know, we argued that he should desire to be the number 1, because I do think he has it in his legs to be number 1 in terms of male sprinters. Many of you gave your opinion. However, the remarkable Justin Gatlin and his podcast Brethren gave their take on Oblique and what will happen for 2025 in the men's 100-meter sprints.
Oblique say, man, he pushing somebody out that top 5 this year, man. I mean, it's gonna be you because you number 5.
Clearly, the scope is on me right now.
I thought you was gonna get moved this year.
I thought I was going to get moved the last 3 years. I ain't going to lie. Still holding on strong. Running to win, let's just say, a championship or medal compared to running a particular fast time. They're 2 different pressures and 2 different environments, 2 different accomplishments. You can't take the top 5 lightly. And why I say that is because when you think about medals and podium, you know exactly what day it is. You know exactly who your opponents are. And if you execute your race perfectly, you know exactly that I can beat certain opponents around me. Now, when you talk about running a fast time, wind, environment, weather, how you warm up, it's a lot more that goes into it. It's going to be a very tall order, not only for Oblique, but for anybody who's stepping up to that occasion. It's almost like that perfect moment or that perfect storm. You have to be ready on that moment, and your training has to truly dictate past the time that you're looking for to even run that time.
Look, I really enjoy these Justin Gatlin takes on athletics. I mean, he brings a perspective that I just can't have as a fan. I mean, he's talking about it as the 5th fastest man alive, 100 meters. And of course, his perspective on this, and Oblique Seville wanting to be top 5, is really interesting. Plus his take on the difference between winning a medal or being being the fastest, or one of the top 5 fastest. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
South Africa's fastest man of the 100 meters, Akani Simbini, got married to his new wife, Teresa, recently, in the last week. And of course, we here at Peter Lloyd World just wanted to tell the young man and his wife, congratulations. I hope you live to have many wonderful years, and big up and bless up to you both. The living legend herself, VCB, Veronica Campbell-Brown, drops a new collection of VCB Fit, and she tells us all about it in this video.
I am thrilled to announce the launch of our latest VCB Fit collection. Each product is designed with your health and performance in mind. Our designs blend comfort, performance, and style, giving you gear that empowers you to move boldly and confidently. Head over to vcbfit.com and grab your favorite pieces. Thank you for being part of this journey. Inspired by champions, made for you.
Make sure to go support the living legend, Veronica Campbell-Brown. Big up, great queen. Now, Zarnell Hughes, of course, as you know, trains with the great Glenn Mills. He has now, in the last 2 years, in 2023, he became the fastest man alive over both the 100 and the 200 meters in Great Britain. Listen, the man went to Kingston College, the greatest school in the world. Of course, I was head boy there. I'm going to keep underlining that. And trained for most of his life, and still trains, as far as I know, with Glenn Mills here in Kingston, Jamaica. Well, he's been added to the Grand Slam roster, and he gives his take on how excited he is to run here in Jamaica in that inaugural Grand Slam, which takes place in 2025.
We're going to be seeing you guys go head to head over the course of multiple times, rather than sometimes you just see it once or twice a year at big championships. And, you know, we've heard the likes of Fred Curley and Kenny McNaddock, for example, joining you in that sprinting kind of side of things. How do you feel about going up against the same kind of people, but a lot more consistently than you are used to?
I actually admire it. I think it's great because, as you said, is for instance, when you're on the circuit, you compete like today, and you probably won't see each other again until the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe. So the fact that we're having back to back, it shows that, hey, who is going to be tough, who has the mental strength as well. It's almost like a championship in itself. You know, it's just like when you run the heats, the following day is the semis and the finals. So it's just back-to-back competition, which we athletes, we actually like that. And I feel as if it just keeps us a bit more sharp, and it'll help us throughout the rest of the season as well. So yeah.
I can imagine it'll be all guns blazing then when you start off in Jamaica.
I think so too. It's gonna be crazy. I can only imagine, because Jamaicans, when they come to track and field, they like to make their own noises with like pot covers. They'll come and they bang the pot covers, they'll blow the horns and stuff, and the people really get behind of you. I saw where Rashawn Clark actually made mention where Jamaicans, they support everyone, you know, as long as it's track and field, Jamaicans will totally zoom in and give you all the attention that you need. So I feel with it being here, no matter where you're from, you will get the support. And it's a great lineup. You have Fred Cawley, Kenny Benerick, Oblique Civil, myself. What more do you want? It's very exciting. It's going to be a cracker, and I'm just buzzing. I'm really buzzing. It makes me focus every day to get my grind on and just keep being consistent, keep showing up, and just wanting the best for myself at the end of the day.
Have to big up Athletics Weekly, who did this interview with Great Britain's Zarnell Hughes. You know, it's very strange that when we talk about men's sprints, we don't really talk about Zarnell Hughes as being a factor, but he's definitely a factor. He's one of the top. I know last year I think he ran the fastest time for the year, or certainly one of the fastest times for the year in 2023. He had some injury issues this year based on what I was told. But it's very odd that we don't talk about Zarnell Hughes as one to watch. Your thoughts, what do you think he's going to do for 2025 if he's healthy? Now, there's no doubt that this young lady is one of the most beloved younger female sprinters out of Jamaica. She was a queen at the Easter Boys and Girls Champs, and certainly she still, I believe, holds the record for the Class 2 girls 100 meters or 200 meters, if my memory serves me correctly. And we're talking about none other than Kevona Davis. Now, Kevona Davis just has not had the kind of collegiate career that we all anticipated. But in 2023, we did see her in the heat of the women's 200 meters, you know, at the World Championships, take on Gabby Thomas, and made it as far as the semifinals. She didn't go through to the finals. In 2024, personally, I thought she would have been a factor. She could have been a factor going in, but of course, again, because she's been plagued with injury issues throughout her entire track career, as short as it has been.
That is a fast start out of the block. She didn't run the 100 metres. She's been sitting around all week waiting to get this 200 metres underway. But what a turn of pace from Davis of Jamaica. Kevona Davis, and just at the last minute, Gabby Thomas is across the line first. 22 effort, and the youngster taking third.
Thomas had to work harder than she would have liked to in that opening.
Kevona spoke with, I think it was Track Alerts after her run at the 2023 Budapest World Championships in the women's 200 meters.
Kevona Davis, first World Championships, competed in the 200, made it to the semifinals at the final, but talk to me about the overall experience just being here at the biggest stage.
I just want to congratulate myself for not giving up out of the many times that I've wanted to. I want to say thank you to my coach, my mom, the rest of my family for always supporting me, always encouraging me that, you know, this is not the end of the road. And even though tonight I didn't make the final, I'm still grateful for the experience because I have grown. I've watched myself come from a long way. So I'm really happy to be here.
There you go. And how have you felt about the year where you had, you know, NCAA season, you made Jamaica, you made it through Jamaica trials and now competing at the World Championships, right? How have you felt about your progression through the year?
I think I've had a steady progression. I've been very consistent, and that is a key. That just shows that I've been working hard and there is so much more to come. Honestly, I'm just so grateful to be here, honestly.
And last thing, what does it mean to have the Jamaica, the green, black, and gold across your chest to represent Jamaica on the biggest stage here?
Oh my gosh. It's an honor. It's always been an honor to, you know, rep your country, wear the national colors and stuff like that. Just to know that there are Jamaicans in the stands, Jamaicans watching on their phones, on their TV, all of that stuff. It just gives you great pleasure to know that you're literally carrying the whole country on your shoulders.
There you go. Well, so many people are so proud of you, so great job.
Thank you.
Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. One of the things that we did talk about is that Kevona Davis apparently suffers from self-esteem issues. Outside of the recurring injury issues, apparently one of her great challenges has been in her head. And I've said repeatedly on numerous occasions that you win championships because of the state of your head. At this level, athletes, it's not much that separates them. You have to know you can win. You have to believe you can win and be willing to do the work. And what we found out is, I think it was 2023 that I did a video on this. We found out that she suffers from anxiety issues and she suffers from low self-esteem. She has issues in terms that she doesn't believe. You know what, I don't want to get into technicalities. The challenge is Kevona Davis's issues seems to be more mental than it is even physiological. Yes, she has physiological issues, but one of the primary challenges she has is in her head. We've seen her have moments of sparkling. Certainly when she was around Julian Alfred and then Tava Thomas while she was there at the Texas Longhorns, we saw some great moments for her. New PB in the women's 100 meters. I think she finally dipped below that sub-11, etc. But when it matters the most, when she's on her, something happens and we just don't see the best of her. I was very, very happy when I saw her at the World Championships, making it as far as the semifinals. She's such a great talent. So do I know or think she can get back for 2025? I don't believe there's a question that there's talent there. But the truth is at this stage, with a Brianna Liston, with a Tina Clayton, a Tia Clayton, you know, there's such a plethora of young talent on the rise. Terry Long, Fiona Lee Terry Long, and others. There's so much young Brianna Williams. There's so much amazing young talent out there. We're not even going to get into the seniors. It's insane. But the fact is, she did well enough last year to make it to the semifinals. If she's able to get past that psychological barrier and remains injury-free, she could be a factor for 2025. But as much as I'm a huge fan of Kevona Davis, I don't know if she will be back on track in 2025. I don't even know if she seriously wants to pursue track and field anymore. I don't know. She must have been very disappointed with what happened to her for 2024, and I'm sure she wanted to be on that team heading to Paris. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell. Again, I have to keep talking about the mental state of the athlete. And sometimes here we underestimate how important the mind is in this process. But I do believe that if she gets that aspect of her challenge together, we will see the Kevona Davis that we love and admire back on track. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. And now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, you are royals, kings and queens. Bless her.